Welcome back to the Over the Top podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Juan.
I don't know why he said that so sexy. But we're sorry. Let's go. This is just a comprehensive soccer podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about everything in the soccer world, from Premier League, MLS, Farm League. That was a little flagrant to start. Any league. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about the Saudi Arabia League. They're relevant suddenly. So that's how it is. But, speaking of that, did you see Ronaldo finally scored his first goal? In Ronaldo fashion, I hate to say it, he scored a penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long do you think it'll be before he scores a goal from open play?
Okay, I was about to say, don't get specific on me. I don't know. I haven't seen him play. I don't know what the gameplay is like.
What about a free kick? When was the last time he scored one of those?
I saw him take one in Saudi Arabia.
We saw him take a lot of them.
It didn't look good.
We saw him take some in Qatar,
He hasn't scored one in years, dog.
What?
It's been a while.
So can we officially say Messi's better at free kicks than Ronaldo?
No comment. Do you have a comment? I'm biased, so no comment.
So even all right, Messi's a few years younger than Ronaldo.
Which I don't think people take into context.
Right.
Or take into account.
No, but I'm saying, let's say Messi ends up with more European goals than Cristiano Ronaldo, then where does, what's Ronaldo's big claim?
I mean, they're the firm 1 and 2 of their generation. If that's the case.
But is one very firm now?
Who's over him if he's not 2?
No, I'm just saying, is Messi clear now? Is he just
I think the
clear?
Public opinion is that now.
Okay.
I think that's
that little trophy he won a couple months ago.
That little
that kind of
that cute little global tournament.
That little tournament, yeah, he won. Yeah, okay.
All
right.
That's like footballito, but
conspiracy session.
Hey, we are gonna have a conspiracy session about that World Cup. Look at that World Cup ball. Tell me what it says. I'm gonna leave it there. But we have to get into the transfer window. This has been a pretty historic transfer window, I think you can say, right? Have we seen this much money spent before in the Prem and anywhere?
Never.
No time, no place.
Americans gonna do it big if they're gonna do it. I feel like that he came in and was just like, I'm from base. So, how do you feel about Enzo? Good signing. Not enough time. Good for what we've seen.
I
think good for what we've seen.
Age is on his side.
And they need someone in the middle, dog. They haven't had Conte in a long time.
Yeah.
Bro's been out since before World Cup.
Even though Conte looks like he's 12, Conte is pushing 30 now.
Yeah, but he moves like he's 20.
Fair enough.
Box to box.
Fair
enough.
enough.
Jorginho, I think he's always.
Do they?
They had.
I was about to say, okay. Aubameyang is out of here. Rightfully so. I don't think he was ever really on Chelsea. He was just signed there. He didn't really give a damn.
I mean, he's still on the squad. It's not on
the dropped from the Champions League squad, yeah. But, I mean, look, they have 50,000 players on the team. They got competition for spots, to say the least.
Yeah, but funny enough, his position is the one spot where there really
lacking
isn't that
crazy
much competition. I mean, who's at center forward for Chelsea right now? You have Aubameyang,
Havertz,
and that might be the end of the list there.
Yeah. I mean, who do they need? Who would you buy?
That's what I was going to say. Chelsea clearly have money to spend. Who do you think is their guy in the summer?
And to your point, what you were saying before the podcast, no one's going to sell their guy in the middle of the season.
Right.
So who are we going after in the summer if we're Chelsea?
I don't know. That's the issue, is that there's not.
Do you dip your hat into
many world class?
Do you dip your hat into the Harry Kane?
I can see
Harry Kane pool.
I can see him going after.
I wouldn't do that.
Band-Aid.
Napoli striker.
Osimhen, yeah, that seems like the logical option. I think after.
That's actually a good risk. That's a good sign.
Napoli's having a great season after selling their 3 best players.
Season.
Right, Koulibaly.
They're having a great.
They sold Koulibaly. They sold Fabian Ruiz and
Lorenzo Insigne.
Lorenzo Insigne. So.
And they're still killing it.
Yeah, 16 points clear. So.
Historic season, right? Something like 20 years, but since.
Yeah.
Not bad. Seems like it's their time.
When was the last time they won? 20-something years ago?
2000.
I don't remember exactly.
Maradona might have been on the team last time they won.
So that was a while ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm feeling maybe early 90s.
Last time they won.
Yeah.
What's your guess?
I would say like 93. No, 80.
I think it was 23
89.
years ago, if I'm not mistaken. But
You said 89.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
2000.
We were in 50. Oh, let me not blow up the ages. It was in 2005, 2006.
Oh shit.
Napoli won. Oh, because you know why? They came in second, but that was the year Juventus was in the scandal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a scandal.
When did it actually win it then?
Let's see.
Without no scandal.
Without any scandal, don't do that.
Juventus loves a scandal.
It's kind of like winning the bubble, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Hey, some people say the bubble was real soccer. Was real,
Yeah.
real soccer.
When TJ Warren was dropping 40 a game, come on.
It ain't no crowd, baby. We balling.
It's not
We
a basketball
balling.
podcast.
That's
but
it. We balling.
Yeah.
But I also think Juventus striker Vlahovic could probably be a good option for Chelsea. Or
Yeah.
you never know. I don't know if Potter will be the manager next year, but the right manager might find a way to reincorporate Lukaku into the squad. You know what I mean? Lukaku's still 30, right?
Is he 30?
100 mil.
We've been
for
hearing
him.
his name for a long ass time.
Yeah, because he's been banging in goals since he was 16 years old. So
Terrible touch that whole time, but he be scoring.
he's 29.
Damn.
So
Yeah, they might just rock with him.
still
for a
got
little
some
bit.
career left. He's still got.
How do we feel about everyone complaining about the spending?
About the what?
The spending.
The
Chelsea spending.
I mean, let's just go over the numbers really quick. The Prem spent through 930 million, which is probably
Who's next in spending?
4 times the spending that any other the combined of the next 4 biggest leagues in the world.
Can
So
you be punished for having money?
League One, huh?
Can you be punished for having money? I mean, it
don't
makes the
know.
world go round.
So we're gonna research later on to see what are the rules to like financial fair play and like how does that apply.
I mean,
and
FIFA
we'll
would have.
inform you guys on that because
I know
think about
the
it.
FA.
The next biggest spending, which is surprisingly for the January transfer window, was 125 million from League One. So surprisingly, League One has more money.
It's probably like 93% PSG.
I don't think.
No,
No,
PSG
not even. They didn't even make
PSG
any moves.
didn't even sign
Yeah,
anyone.
they didn't make any moves.
Then Bundesliga with 70, and then both La Liga and
Bro,
Serie
yeah.
A spent 30 million.
Winter's not
January transfer.
Yeah.
the money man transfer window. But
I mean,
Yeah, Chelsea surprised us all, but typically, since you're overpaying in the winter, most teams don't really pull the trigger on it. But Chelsea just,
American owner. I need change now.
I think he was making a statement more than anything.
I have money,
Just
and I'm gonna
flexing
spend it.
his muscles a little bit.
I'm gonna spend it.
Yeah.
I respect.
he did it for tax purposes, probably.
Can you write that off? Can you write that off?
You know.
Yeah, if you're an accountant, reach out to us if you can write that off. Also, I need to get my taxes done. So, no,
TurboTax, you know what to do.
my
Come
friend has a tax guy that I use.
Yeah, but I could see La Liga, like, because it was La Liga specifically that was kind of complaining about the Premier League spending.
After putting a cap on their own spending,
Right, and
what are you complaining
I
about?
mean, it makes sense. I mean, I definitely see them doing it. Them just trying to like protect their league, protect their product, because I think
So
they
don't
were
sell.
little-
Nobody's telling you to sell.
Yeah, but when you're in financial trouble, like a lot of
Yeah.
leagues are.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't run, okay.
choice.
So my thing is, if
When
you
you
don't run your club with the future in mind, and you end up in this spot, and other teams have money and are in a position to take advantage of you, that's just tough luck. You can hold out and not take the money and try to keep whatever you have, but a lot of times you're gonna need the bread.
Of course.
How can
but-
you complain about that? Who are you complaining to?
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. I feel like I don't know how it is in other leagues, but the Spanish league does a good job of making things pretty affordable for all fans. You know, tickets are relatively cheap, so everybody can go to games. So I don't think most of their revenue comes from like ad revenue.
Isn't
and
Europe
TV,
lit in
TV
that?
rights? TV rights is huge. So like the TV rights that the Prem is getting, obviously there's a lot more money involved than La Liga TV rights, so that's probably where they're getting majority of their money from. And yeah, I think
La Liga is lit for that though. Europe is lit in that way where it's just like, all right, we want everyone to watch this. Tickets in America are pretty expensive.
But if you just look at, like, for instance, we talk about, like, Sevilla real quick. They're, like, bottom of the table for La Liga. They lost, like, their 2 center backs to the Prem.
To a mid-table
to Barca and to Aston Villa. Aston Villa is a mid-table team, and look where they are now. They were top 4 in Spanish league, and now they lost their 2 center backs. And
but I mean, you chose to sell. I can't feel bad for something you choose to do. Like, even if you're forced to, you chose to. You weren't really forced to. You're financial constraints, but you chose to do it. What's the complaint?
I mean,
you took advantage of the situation I'm in, and I said yes.
Do you really think Benfica wanted to sell Enzo Fernandez after 6 months of being there, and they're still in Champions League? I believe they're still alive in Champions League. Big Champions League match coming up.
I don't think they did.
You don't think Benfica wants to win Champions
Chelsea
League
has
as much as any other team?
Money talks and bullshit walks, bro.
Yeah, can't really turn down 120 million in the winter transfer window.
They made him an offer they couldn't refuse.
But funny enough, the Benfica president spoke, who's actually Rui Costa, famous Portuguese soccer player of yesteryear, and he was talking about
who is this guy?
Well, it's funny that 2004 is like yesteryear.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, whoa.
But
don't date me.
Yeah, he was just talking about actually the biggest thing where you're talking about, like, yeah, you're not forced to sell, is he wasn't going to. Mm-hmm. But he was saying that once Chelsea came in, like, Enzo just started acting different, and at that point,
he just wanted to leave.
And I respect at the end of the day, he says, like, I like, this is Benfica. This is still a huge club. We're not begging anyone to, like, play for us.
I respect
if you don't want to play, you know what I mean, go on.
More power to you. We're both getting something. You want to be where you want to be, and I get a lot of money for you. Arguably more than you're worth.
No robbery and a fair trade, right?
I mean, Benfica's given away a couple really good players in the last couple of years. If you think about Enzo, João Felix,
Darwin,
Ruben
expensive
Diaz.
Players, not expensive players.
Ruben Diaz, come on, Ruben Diaz is on that list.
All's fair in love and war, dog.
Yeah,
we're trying to win. Everyone is trying to win. If I can find a fire player at a small club for less than he would be at a big club, I'm taking him.
Yeah, a lot of good exports, but
it's like Genk with youth players. They know what they get into. Yeah. Shout out Leon Bailey.
No, but the Spanish league, like them coming out and saying that, really makes me like cognizant of the fact that I really feel like they're nervous. They're kind of scared that
the future?
For a little over 10 years, they had the 2 best players in the world, arguably of all time, in their league.
Yeah.
Like, that's box office. That drew people to the teams. I mean, obviously, Barcelona's Barcelona. Real Madrid's Real Madrid. But that's just like...
No, but those teams have always been those teams. But
top.
they've always had superstars.
So, you know, something me and you used to go back and forth with all the time is like, you know, it's Real Madrid. We just came off a Champions League. We're the best team in Europe, you know. So you're in the mindset of this is the way things always were. We can attract whoever we want. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to, Haaland in the summer is making the move from Dortmund. He's shopping himself around. Mbappe's possibly going to make the move, right? So you would at one point it's like, we're getting both. And then moving into, all right, we're going to get one. And the fact that we ended up with none.
Madrid fans are basically the Lakers.
But the thing is,
but ending up with none is a bit shocking, right? It's like La Liga. It's Barcelona, Real Madrid. The best player in the world is supposed to play with us. Yeah. The Ballon d'Or winner is supposed to play on our team. So,
and it's been that way for a long time,
right? So I think La Liga's at that point where they're getting a little like, hold on, we got to stop.
Yeah, we need
to cap this thing with the Premier League because this might get out of hand. It might be. The Ballon d'Or winner might be coming out of the Premier League for the next couple of years.
But they've always had a lot of homegrown talent too.
Oh, of course, Spain. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and then, that didn't hurt.
Yeah, but I think also like Florentino's a very good businessman, and I don't think he'll like. We were so close to probably signing Mbappe, but then Mbappe was just like made up his mind at the last minute. But at the end of the day, we proved that we didn't really need anybody else. Like we won Champions League last year, and we won the league without having Haaland or Mbappe. You know what I mean? Point. So we've kind of proved to Benzema,
And you have the Ballon d'Or winner.
yeah, we have.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But what is it looking like 3 years from now? I mean, obviously you have Vini, and you have a great young core. That's, I have to say. But like I said, you have like the two up and coming forwards who are supposed to be the guys that like take over this next generation, and they kind of put you guys off for a little bit. So,
I mean, they're still like what? Both of them are probably like 23 years old right now. Like, I'm not really worried. Eventually, I feel like one of them will end up on Madrid.
Plenty of time.
Probably more likely Mbappe, because I feel like he fits more Madrid style.
I could see him going to Madrid.
Than Haaland, but I mean, either one of them is world class players.
You see Haaland leaving?
Those are the top two players that are going to be competing for the Ballon d'Or probably for the next 10 years, I'd say.
Maybe, but
unless my
all
guy
I said
Hendrick.
was that. All I said is that I think La Liga is nervous, and I think that statement
I think
really
that's a
shows.
good point. Yeah, I do think that's a good point. They're trying to get a hold of everything. Like, all right, listen, relax, because City is becoming a destination, boy.
Yeah, I mean, they got the manager. They got the manager that
and
everyone wants to play for. So
they got the money too.
Yeah.
Make it happen. It's the best combination.
La Liga is also probably a little bit nervous over the fact that like we not only dominated basically Europe for the last 10 years, but we also won a lot of Europa League games too. And as the league gets weaker, like we're not going to be able to compete in Europa League or Champions League anymore. Barcelona and Madrid account for most of the trophies that we won over the past couple of years. But if you look at European trophies that we won, I think there's like 34 European trophies that Spain has won, and there's only like 14 that England has won in like the past century. And like
Spain
the
20th
is
leading the charge.
But no, I think that.
But it is flipping.
I think that after COVID, everything basically transitioned over to like that's where the gap started, and it's continuing to grow like tremendously. You know what I mean?
I also think for whatever reason, Premier teams seem to be more attractive to suitors. Like when they go on sale, everyone is interested. You hear there's a Saudi group, there's an American group, there's an English group, there's a bunch of people interested. Every time there's an English club, Spanish. I mean, you don't even hear when Spanish clubs go on sale. So you barely hear when Spanish clubs go on sale.
Yeah,
if ever.
Yeah, because the top two obviously aren't going to go on sale anytime soon.
Yeah.
And then
nobody's reporting Granada.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it as a player's perspective, like, yeah, England probably provides you more money, everything, you know. But, like, in terms of...
For me, though,
weather. Yeah, the weather is way better in Spain,
that's a
you know.
big,
and that's what a lot of players, they don't like that go from La Liga to like England. They don't like the fact that like it's so cold all the time.
Rainy,
like when rainy, you know what I mean? You go from beautiful weather basically all year round, kind of.
You remember we went to Manchester and we were like, "Oh my God, it's not raining today," and then it started raining.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a factor, but
you kind of go.
It's obviously it's not the
you kind of go where the money is at.
Yeah,
you know,
money,
wherever you're getting paid.
Money
more.
and accolades. Can I win here? Can I get paid here?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You're still professional at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'll do a little cold for $1 million a week.
Yeah, sunny Spain sounds nice.
Listen, you pay me $50 a week, I'll go play in Spain right now.
All right, so $50 a week, you can't survive nowhere in the world on that.
Hey, I get a second job.
Go to the Philippines or something.
I get a second job. Or go to China and get a cut. Yo, any Chinese teams need me, I get fit. The touch is still there. I just gotta get fit, baby.
So, like, for instance, if say like Madrid and Barcelona were in the Prem, where would they stand, like? On the table, you think?
Shit. That's a great question, Juan.
Well, that's. I still think they would kill shit. I think like the
disparity
would they win
race would be fun.
Would they win
like 2012, 13
the last
again.
10 years? Would Madrid or Barcelona still win the Prem? Like basically every year, you think?
Oh, like them finish 1 or 2 every year?
Yeah. Would either one of those?
I think
teams
they'd be top 4.
Win the league
whole
every
time.
year.
I think City.
There's only one team
okay.
that I'm like, all right, maybe we wouldn't win the league to them, and that's City. Every other team,
City team? Which City team?
Like,
I mean, just
the most recent ones. Because if you go
the
back
most
10
recent
years,
ones,
that's still
Kun Aguero
2013.
days, or-
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's
like
10 years. Kun Aguero.
Barca, that's still Messi's Barca. That's still Ronaldo's Madrid.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
they're
jacking
winning.
they would win those years,
Yeah.
but like if you say in the last 5 years, I'd probably say maybe that's when
I'd give City 2.
a different team might be able to like
I'd give City 2.
beat them to the
Okay.
Last
title.
5
But
years.
even still,
But they're still top 4 though.
maybe
Yeah,
that's not
the whole
even a
time, no
question.
question.
Yeah, we're talking
Okay.
even still because like who was like the best team for a while, right?
Manchester
Liverpool,
United.
right? Oh, Madrid beat the brakes off Liverpool both times in the final. You know
Shout
what I'm
out
saying?
to Gareth Bale.
Last year,
They're like,
Salah
yo,
came
why-
through like,
yo.
ooh, we looking for revenge. We looking for
Yo,
revenge.
pack that
Modric
guy
said, "You looking
up.
for what?"
Pack him up. Salah
feel
is
like-
overrated in my opinion.
I feel like people don't realize like
I wanna. I've been
y'all wanna
saying
talk
it
about that?
for a long time. No one believed me. I've been the first to say Salah is he's a better athlete than footballer, and once he starts to slow down, which I saw coming soon, because he has lost like half step. Like he's still like obviously a very fast player, but it's like not the same. And I don't know. I would be the first to
I
tell
think
you
he's
that.
overrated. Watch him in the African Cup. It's a different player, and he's not effective. That's not fair to
I
say.
think.
But he's not as effective.
but look at
I
his
think
team,
a lot of his
you know?
effectiveness is based on his
But look who he's playing.
athleticism, and as the athleticism starts to dwindle, he'll become very ineffective quickly.
To be fair though, those African teams are tough.
Yeah.
Like Ghana's tough. Ivory Coast is tough.
Mm-hmm.
And
Especially
it realize a lot of those teams have like very, very pacey players, you
Oh
know.
my god,
Yeah,
shifty.
So
That's why I wanted Ghana to go further in the World Cup. They had a
Nah,
good
man.
side.
solid down bad.
You think he's down bad?
how many more years do you give him on Liverpool?
Oh, he might be there for a while. I think. Where do you think he's
they
gonna
gave
go?
him a huge contract.
Yeah, I
so.
don't see him leaving.
Is
It'll
he gonna
be-
pull
it'll
Mariano
be
and just
tough.
chill on the bench?
Well, that's the thing. It's gonna be tough.
Hey,
Nobody's gonna pay me this kind of money, so I might as well stay here. You know.
listen,
Yeah.
you got Darwin there too.
And no other big team is really gonna want him at this point. That's the way I see it. After
What,
this
he's
year,
like 30.
he's 30. I think after this year he'll be 31. So what top team does he go to? You know what I mean?
We're basically on this topic right now. What's going on with Liverpool?
What's going on with Liverpool
Gakpo is
injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries will kill you.
That
But-
Madrid Liverpool game is gonna be a battle of the injured players.
Remember,
Who has the least amount of injured players?
Liverpool just lost 3-0 to fucking
Wolves, right?
Wolves.
Yeah. I mean, Madrid just lost to Mallorca this morning.
That's
Oh,
a good point. I can't wait to go to Mallorca. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing, like Liverpool's midfield is just, I think, the worst it's been in a while. Between Thiago, Henderson, and Fabinho,
Yeah.
all having like the worst years of their careers simultaneously. It's gonna be tough to deal with
And
Madrid's
Konate-
midfield.
Well, Liverpool, Konate's out for 3 weeks now too.
Van
Mhm.
Dijk's been out, and then they're also starting that 18-year-old Stefan.
And more
in the
importantly,
midfield.
Darwin Núñez starts up top for them, so I wouldn't
That's
expect
hilarious.
any goals
being scored.
anytime soon.
He's like the Kai Havertz of Liverpool.
Shout out to my guy Val, bro. Darwin's not the guy.
I mean,
He could be.
yeah,
Still.
he's still 22. His first year in the Premier
Youth
League.
is on his side, as Nick would
Hopefully,
say.
yeah, youth is on his
We'll
side.
have this conversation on the pod in 2 years,
Yeah, and
and we'll
that's
see
the
where
thing we
he's
keep
at.
forgetting. Like players can improve. You know, we kind of expect your $80 million. You come in as the finished product. Like $80 million is paying for potential today.
I was talking about this player I'm about to bring up yesterday. Is Marshall's potential era done? Is it just he is what it is? It's not. He's not going to be the guy we thought he was going to be. He's just going to be the player that we know. That's just who he is. That's the ceiling.
He'll
No,
end up somewhere
I
else.
still.
Somewhere else is fine, but is he going to be better than what he is?
I think,
think so,
you know
yeah.
who he reminds me of? Not in the same sense, but I see him as this. I see him the same way I saw Dembele. I think he's a really good player. If he could stay
love
healthy,
Marshall. I think he's an amazing
like
player.
Dembele was the same way. Where I was like, I thought Barcelona should have shifted him. If if you can stay healthy and play consistent games, like there's
I like
really
him
good,
on the
potentially
field.
world-class
good
player
things
there.
happen when he's on the
But
field.
Marshall's been there like 6 years now, and there's been one point where he was healthy consistently. That was the bubble, and that was his best year for United. That's when he looked like, okay, it's his time to be United center forward. That's when he scored like 13 goals in the last like 18 games of the season. But since then, it's like
Rashford looks like the guy now.
Yeah.
But speaking of Manchester United, that gets us into our next topic nicely. VAR. It's ruining the game. I don't like it. Maybe because I'm getting old, but I don't like the change. I don't like it. It is not an American sport. I don't like replays. It's like calling time. I don't like that shit, bro. I do not like that shit.
I think I have like a light love-hate relationship with it because obviously you want like the best calls to like be made, but like since when was there ever so many fouls on corner kicks by people being dragged down?
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and then just
that did not exist before VAR. Like nobody was getting a P. Like you really had to like murder somebody in the box on a corner kick.
That's the point, though, isn't that to make it
More
a little fair for the attacking team?
Okay, so
you can't just drag me down
all right. You're a winner.
You know what I'm saying?
But then
that's what I'm saying.
That causes players to flop too because they know VAR is looking at it. So players will flop. You know
right,
what I mean?
but if VAR is looking at it, then
you
a
can't
flop.
prove a flop on VAR.
It won't get.
Some players are really, really good at
if you
really good
put
job of doing
contact and I can reasonably. How are you gonna discern flop from no flop if I'm not trying to oversell it?
All right, so stop fouling me.
But look, in just to
Stop
play
fouling me
devil's
and you're
advocate, some of soccer's best moments are because VAR didn't exist.
But on the opposite side of the coin, some of soccer's worst moments are because VAR didn't exist.
But you act like there's
You
no
know,
consequences
for the winning
after
team.
being
Yeah,
missed.
it's great. But
No. But you're acting like there's no consequence. There was never any consequences for something being missed in real time. Like, okay, this Casemiro thing that just happened. The PA would have gone back and be like, oh, he was wilding, red card. They would have just looked at it during the week. Why are we replaying it? Like, I don't like that shit. It's not an American sport.
Yeah, but if it's like, if there's like a clear foul in the build up to the goal, should the goal start? But if you can go back to
if you play on and you miss the shot, tough. You got advantage. Isn't that how advantage works?
Man. I think there's
No, but isn't that how advantage works? Play on to a certain point, like
right. But the refs are human. There's human error. Like the point of VAR is for like an egregious error, right? That's the whole point. You want to make sure those moments don't happen.
But they VAR for the
anymore.
most random shit, and some leagues don't have it, and some leagues do, and this tournament does, and this tournament does. Like it's just not consistent. Some of it is bullshit. Your pinky was offside, so you're offside. Like, come on, this is bullshit.
I mean, isn't that the rule though?
Can you score a goal with your pinky?
No, you can't score a goal.
It used to be a goal scoring, like it has to be a goal scoring part of your body. Now it's like, oh, your nose.
No, it is. No, it's still a goal. It's still a goal
yeah,
scoring
but sometimes
part of your
my
body.
hand is off and they call it. Like,
Nah, they don't do that.
I've seen
They
it.
don't do that. They don't do that. If your hand is off, they don't call that. They don't.
Or
But
maybe
like
it was like
minimal,
they're running.
like
and
you
it's
have
If
a
your
minute.
shoulder, because you can score with your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
That's where they started. They won't do it with the hand. You're dragging.
I
it.
don't. All right,
But like,
I just don't like that shit. The little
I don't-
minuscule.
Yeah, it ruins the momentum of the game because
That's a big part of it too.
I'll just like basically if I'm score, you know, what I mean? If I'm down 2-0, right?
And we just scored.
And
one,
we
and
just
we had
scored,
the momentum,
we
and now
have-
you're gonna take
we have
5
all-
minutes to review it.
Exactly. We have 5 minutes of VAR review. You know what I mean? Or like even a minute ruins the momentum. You know
Literally.
what I mean? Because like if I scored in the 70th minute, right? I'm down 2-0. It's 2-1. I want to get it like to
Get going right
get
away.
going
Keep
right
the
away.
pressure
You know
on
what I'm
them.
saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah,
But
we
can't do that
I'd
with
rather
VAR.
take the minute and make sure that it's actually a goal than just give you the goal. Because
Okay,
like,
but
we
they're
have
re-
goal
don't wanna
line
mess up the
technology.
flow.
sometimes they're reviewing it when it shouldn't. It was clearly
That's
a
what I'm
goal.
saying. We have goal
There's
line
no-
technology. There's certain shit that's clearly not at offsides, and they're stopping the
Alright,
game.
like,
Like,
I could see
I don't think it's necessary.
us wanting a way to make it more efficient, but I do think it's necessary. I feel like every goal basically should be reviewed.
Are you crazy?
We want to make sure a goal is a goal.
Every goal should be reviewed. It's not football, dog.
I mean, if it's like an obvious goal, obviously.
You're going to add challenges now, too?
It's
If you're going to ask for every goal to be reviewed, then you should get challenges.
Wait, but if they're reviewing it anyways, then
Yeah,
there's no
why would
need
you
for a challenge.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're going to
So
review it, then
anything
it should be an independent review. Then it shouldn't be the referee that's refereeing the game. How many referees are going to like change the shit in real time? Some are good. Some like I haven't seen anything egregious, but I think it should be an independent they're reviewing it in London, in the office in London.
They have refs upstairs that
Yeah.
review it. You have the VAR refs that like are
Oh,
watching.
they did the fourth ref up there. That's true.
Yeah, and then that's when they go to like, oh, we think you should look at it, and then they bring the ref in, and you know,
I don't love it.
I know it's it could be like a bit clumsy at times, but at the same time, I think they get most of the calls right when they go to review it. So, I don't know. I'm not mad at it.
A lot of the calls also have to do with like the referee's perspective on certain calls, because a lot of people can look at it as like, for instance, for a yellow and a red, difference between a
that's
yellow
his
and a red.
discretion.
It's up to the referee's discretion. Like there could be like 50 other refs in the world that would be like, no, I would have given him a red card, not a yellow, but this ref gave him a yellow in this case, you know?
Yeah. So, what's your point with that?
It's like a lot of calls are up to like the referee's discretion. It's not like there's a set rule.
We're trying to remove human error from like an inherently.
But
human
I'm
error.
for VAR, and then I think it's a good thing.
Oh, so
that
when
they
you
influence
put
it.
your hands around someone's neck, it's a different ref might say, "Oh, you know where I'm from. You know, I ref in Chicago, so that's no issue. That's a love tap. No, but I get it. I know every time you choke someone on camera, it always looks a little worse than in real time.
I really don't even think he really
sarcasm
choked
isn't
him. I think he was like kind of like protecting himself.
He was kind of like trying to stabilize his head,
him,
right?
right.
That's what, he was looking out for him. I hear you.
Head looking a little crooked today.
There you go. Trying to make sure he didn't get hurt. Yeah, that's good looking out from Casemiro.
This guy is crazy.
All
right.
He's just.
There's a reason why he hasn't gotten a red ever in his career.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's his first red ever.
He came to Manchester. Now he's a bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bad side. Yeah, I mean,
Man,
man, you're bad side in every day.
too much time with the bad boys in Manchester.
Hey, man's on the ends, yeah.
Yeah. So what do we think about Mason Greenwood?
Cassie's on the ends. Whoa, hold on, yeah. We're not talking about that.
Charges
bad.
dropped.
We're not talking about that bad, yeah.
Charges dropped
but
for the guy.
honestly, Greenwood out, yeah.
Yeah.
Greenwood out, bro. I'm not jacking that.
He's not gonna end
So
up
what
on
if-
Man U, but he'll end up
You
on
don't
another
think?
team probably.
Did you see the report that said he's willing to go to China to restart his career if we say no?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but China will probably drop a lot of money for him.
I would
Or
think.
get him for
I
kinda
think they'd
cheap.
fleece him.
Probably get him.
Hell yeah, they'd be like, you want to play, you want
Yeah.
money. What you talking about? Like, I feel like they're gonna whatever.
That'll
they
probably
give
ruin his career though if he goes to China though.
him. Not if he balls out.
That's my thing. Like, if it's like, so what does he have to like score goals in China to rebuild his career? It's like
He just
everyone
has to
knows
have
the
someone
ability
take a
he
chance
has.
on
His
him.
ability didn't go anywhere. He's still like what 23.
I don't think we should
Like-
have him play again.
If it's like about ability,
It just looks.
I
bad.
don't like.
It's not about ability.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
question isn't ability. It's morality and like how can
Right.
you, like does it look good? Like in this day and age, you should not play him again.
Just
As
be careful,
United.
Mason Greenwood. Don't be doing that shit in China.
Yo,
You ain't gonna ever come back.
But that audio was disturbing, to say
yeah,
the
it
least.
didn't sound good, but
So off
I don't
that
know.
alone,
part of me feels like sports is sports, right? I feel like one of the biggest basis of it is if you're good enough, we'll look past almost anything. You know, you got.
but today is a different time. That's always been the case. Michael Jordan was a degenerate gambler. Nobody cares.
Ray Lewis killed someone.
Literally. Aaron Hernandez.
He was good enough.
Paul Pierce got stabbed in the club.
If
Like
you
there's
have-
a lot of people just wilding, but hey,
If
he's
you-
nice, baby.
Is it only if you're good enough or you have enough money?
Good enough.
Good enough.
Because you'll have enough money if you're good enough.
But there's other people that have done shit like that before too that have gotten away with that are not basically professional athletes. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, now you're talking about power.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But
like if
just-
you want to bring up an intersection of the two, that's Marcus Alonso.
That is true.
Power and money, influence. You know who my pops is. You know who my granddad is.
Yo.
Like tough.
Yeah.
He died. That's it. That's what happened. Next. Like that. I mean, that's kind of what happened.
So, what do you think, Mason Greenwood? Do you see him in a United jersey again?
They know.
Your thoughts?
That's just what I believe will
The thing
happen.
is,
I don't
United
think
have
he'll
a
be
lot
back
of
in
things
United
going
jersey.
well for them right now. I don't think they need that additional drama. I think they're probably just gonna drop him from the team, or they could just sell him, right?
Yeah.
I would say.
Let's get some money
Right?
off of him.
I think
think-
they
you
could just
think-
sell him.
I wonder how that looks for the club, though. Obviously, a lot of people are expecting contract termination.
Yeah,
That looks like, oh, we don't deal with that here. But what is?
they're
I
trying
wonder how it
to
looks
get.
to
They want
sell.
some type of money
Yeah,
in
so-
return for him. He's a 23
I don't think
with a lot
selling
of
is
potential.
crazy.
Hey,
No,
if somebody
from
else
a
wants to.
from a just
Even in like
strictly
a society.
business.
No.
standpoint.
Even like a society, like, oh, what's the right thing? Like, I don't think. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
think not selling, just letting him go for no
At the
money.
end of the day, it's still business, and you mean
Yeah,
United's,
like-
it's not United's fault that he did what he did.
Exactly. Like, you did something stupid. We will now capitalize on your stupidity.
Yeah, I like to think. Well, not I like to.
Well, not stupid,
but
more than that,
I
but
think he will play for
for
United
lack of a better
again.
term.
Well, no. The best way to put it is, if this happened a year ago, I think he would play for United again.
Because of the turmoil.
Yeah,
There's too
but
much
like you
going
said,
on.
United's in like a
And
good enough
Ten
place. They're trending in the right direction. Where
Ten Hag has a firm hold on
Yeah.
things. It looks like there's a culture. There's
I-
like
I
a
don't- I
standard.
don't think
I don't
he'll-
think he'll play again.
yeah, but I could see them going the route of, oh, he's young, he made a mistake.
But who's he gonna play in
He's
front
one
of
of our
now?
own.
He's
Huh?
nice, but who's he gonna play in front of now? We got so many people performing.
Who's
Put
on
him
the
in front
other
of
wing?
Tony?
Anthony, and also I could see. I always thought Greenwood would find his way into the center forward.
Me too.
position.
I actually always thought he's gonna
Like,
be a center forward. I really did.
Good on both feet.
Yeah,
he
he's
could
bro.
finish. He could strike.
Those
like,
years when he was
He's got the-
balling.
You think he got the height? He don't really got to be that.
He's not that
tall.
short. He's not short.
He's right around 6 foot.
Yeah, he's
Oh
like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not short
He's
by any
not.
means. Like he's like a
So-
good stature. Like he'd be a solid center forward, but rape
yeah.
and abuse.
Yeah. So
Hey, those charges were dropped, so
I heard the tape.
Hmm?
I heard the tape.
we all did, but they were
Yeah.
still dropped.
The court could drop him. I heard the tape. Anywho, let's talk about new manager bounce backs. Arsenal did what Arsenal does and dropped the fucking ball against Newcastle. How do we feel about that?
Everton.
Excuse me. I said Newcastle.
Everton.
I'm tweaking.
Yes.
Newcastle is up there. Tweaking. New manager bounce back though. Everton, new manager.
Yeah.
First game.
Yeah.
Win.
It was cool.
We
to
saw the
see
same thing with
'cause
Aston Villa this season. As soon as they
Yeah.
got a new manager, win.
It happens. It's
We see it
typical.
with Chelsea. It happens all the time. But does it mean anything for Everton, do you think? And does it mean anything for Chelsea? Shit, what the fuck am I saying? Does it mean anything for Arsenal? And does it mean anything for Everton?
Yeah, it definitely means something for Everton. You know, a new manager comes in, brings in new ideas. Sean Dyche is known to be like very resolute, kind of like that Tony Pulis park the bus. Let's just grind out results. That's what Everton need right now.
Yeah, they just.
And
need
it
to
was
get
also
done.
cool to see like the atmosphere in the stadium, the fans behind them, every
Finally.
kick. It was like
It's a.
You know what I
this is
mean?
the big club. Like, why are we at the
Right,
bottom of the
so-
table?
I think that'll do wonders for the team. Hopefully Calvert-Lewin could stay healthy. As far as Arsenal's concerned, I don't want to think it's a big deal, but I have to say watching the game I was a bit nervous. But
They
it
didn't
didn't
look the
seem like
same.
I mean, that's the thing. Everton didn't outplay them by any means. Like
No.
Everton gave a lot of effort and were like
But
very
Everton played
stingy.
But
well.
they had good spurts. and
Everton
moments
played
where,
well.
Like it was like, all right, Everton.
Yeah, like
they're not backing
They
down.
played well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There was some good build up play. Like they
Yeah,
had some
and-
good. They look good going forward.
But Arsenal, at the same time, still, I feel like controlled most of the game. But it was weird in the sense, at one point I was like, probably like around 60 minutes when like Trossard came on and everything. I'm like, I feel like there's just something missing. They don't have that extra option off the bench. They don't have that,
Spark.
like City, yeah. When they're playing today, it's like, all right, well, we didn't start
They
De
put in
Bruyne, so we
Haaland.
could bring De Bruyne on. We could bring
They put Haaland in
a
too.
few players like Arsenal.
They lost. I'm happy they lost that game.
Right,
we
but
in the race, boy.
I think they need Jesus back as soon as possible. Eddie's been doing a great job, but today was like another reminder. Like that extra dimension of a different forward off the bench would be huge.
Yeah. I'm also worried for Saka because it seems like Trossard is going to be coming in from Martinelli. That seems like what Arteta is going to be doing, like with that left forward position. And I think Saka is going to get burnt out because he's been playing 90 minutes basically every game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's also been the solution for a lot of Arsenal's
No,
games.
I mean he's effective.
Think about this. Europa,
Like if I'm a coach, I'm keeping him.
Yeah, I mean, we have Europa League games coming up that are midweek important games, and then we also have like the Prem games coming up. So somebody that can give Saka like a little bit of a rest for like maybe some games he plays 70 minutes. You know what I mean? 75 minutes, but those additional minutes that he's putting on himself can be.
Definitely take a toll.
Take a toll, you know.
I think Emile Smith-Rowe coming back is going to help with that in a lot of ways. But at the same time, I just see him like resting Saka when it comes to the Europa League. Like now is Arsenal's moment. They realize that it's like it's now or never. You just got to go for the league, and kind of the rest has to be an afterthought. You know, first started off as like, oh, Arsenal like. We like Champions League is our goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we just want to make Champions League, even as like they were in first for a while, but now it's clear like they want that title. It's possible.
I mean, it's there.
They could smell it. So
last time was 2004, Invincible.
Yeah. So if you have to,
damn it, bro. Almost
I would
20
say honestly,
years.
give up on the Europa League.
Just go get the title. Right?
Honestly, the thing
cut
is,
that out of here.
This is the first time that I think Europa League might be just as exciting as Champions League.
Europa League is not
Think
boring.
about it. We have
There's some real teams in Europa
the top
League.
two teams from the La Liga and from Arsenal points wise. You know what I mean? I still think City has a better squad. But like we have Arsenal, we have United, we have Barca,
Sevilla.
Sevilla's. They're not the one this year.
Nah, show love. Sevilla, Ajax.
Always
Shout out to Ajax.
Ajax is solid.
Always a sneaky little solid team.
Yeah.
For years now.
Yeah,
Well,
if
like the
they
80s.
weren't so broke, Ajax
Damn.
won the Champions League.
Yeah.
That was aggressive, my G.
Huh? Yeah, Mo.
Who else do we
Money
have in Europa League?
You still got Monaco, Leverkusen,
Ooh.
Juventus still around, still sniffing
Well,
around.
you see, Juventus is not doing that well, but I mean, we still have some very, very solid teams, so I'm interested to see, like how the Europa League turns out. But the thing that's not convenient for either Man U or Barca is that they play against each other in the round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of
It's
like
gonna be a
Bayern,
good game to watch. So I want to see Ten
Hag
Hag's system against Barca.
Yeah, that's gonna be an aesthetically
it's two-
pleasing game.
Very.
It's two teams in very good form right now as well. So
If you like soccer, that's gonna be a game.
Mhm.
yeah.
No, if you like football, that's gonna be a good game.
It's kind of like the PSG Bayern. Like both those teams could be in the final for the Champions League, but they somehow have to play each other.
Damn,
you
that's
know?
gonna be a really good game. What day is that? Oh, but
PSG Bayern.
no, Barca. United.
That would be like Thursday, February 16th,
What time?
12:45 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh,
6:45.
That starts
European
my
time.
that starts my Valentine's Day weekend.
Oh no!
I'll be in the car driving 7 hours.
Damn.
Gee, yo, me.
Shorty got to drive while you watching the
I
game.
may or may
Passing
not
the seat.
drive that. I mean, I may or may not watch while we're driving. She'll be driving, quote unquote, even though she falls asleep.
She'll hold the phone for you, right?
Though she falls asleep, she'll give me 45 minutes of the drive, and then she's out for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Until we get to like 6 hours out, until we're an hour out. She's like,
Damn,
how
that
far
was
are
a
we?
short trip.
All right.
Wasn't that bad?
I don't mind it though, because you know I got my music. So
Mhm.
Jesus, we're so far off topic. Well, with Arsenal, going back to Arsenal, this is also the most amount of points they've scored in the Prem. Points meaning like from games, correct? Am I bad?
Yeah. So
I mean, at
That-
the midway point.
that
yeah.
game
At,
felt
at this
weird,
point in time.
but yeah, I think the best thing for Arsenal would to not be to overreact, especially Tottenham doing them a huge favor today.
Yeah, just play your game. I think if they relax Like objectively speaking, I don't want them to win. But if they like, as a person that's just watching football, like, just go get the title. It's right there. Like, don't Arsenal it.
Easier said than done.
No, but don't Arsenal
A lot of
it.
games left.
You're in great form. God willing, you keep your injuries down. Like, they can do it if they don't Arsenal that shit up.
I mean, I'm thinking about, like, imagine they beat Everton, like City lost this week. You know?
Yeah.
This would have been.
But imagine, okay, this is gonna be annoying United fan. But imagine they actually beat fucking City or even tied that game, and then they lost today, and we won the game. We just, you know what I'm saying?
How many points behind is United now? They're in third,
3
right?
points. Yeah, I believe we're
3 points behind City.
3 points behind City, I think.
Yep.
42, 45, and
What
50.
is United? How many
is
games
the-
in a row has United not lost for?
10 or 12,
12 games in a row without losing?
maybe 11. I want to say 11. I know it was
Nick, can you fact
10
check
before
that?
Crystal Palace. Yeah, can you look that up? I think it was 11. How many? Kenny, they know you back there. What's up? How many?
Oh, wait. Didn't you?
How many
They
was
lost
it
to
before
Arsenal,
Arsenal?
yeah.
It was 10? I think it was 10. 10 was the number that was like out there. That I remember, like, oh wow, we're like at 10
they
games.
did
unbeaten.
lose. They lost 3-2 to
Yeah,
Arsenal.
they did.
But
at Emirates. Yeah.
that Arsenal City game, that's a big 6-pointer coming up.
Hey,
When is that?
let's get a tie. Let's get a tie there.
The 15th, I believe.
Wow,
get a
that
tie.
week is a lot of good footy, guys.
At Arsenal.
Damn.
At Arsenal, so.
At Arsenal.
Wait,
what,
so-
what date is
alright,
that? What date is that?
Wednesday, February 15th.
Wait. So we got PSG Bayern.
I'm not doing any work at work that day.
We got. I'm
As
not
soon as
doing
they-
work the whole week.
Ain't shit change.
Allegedly. allegedly. But let me see their form really quickly.
So we got Arsenal. Oh, we got PSG Bayern on Tuesday. Then we got Arsenal Man City on Wednesday and Barca Man
It's a good
U
week.
on Thursday.
Yo, next Sunday is gonna be another good pod.
Damn. For Valentine's Day, that's my Valentine's Day gift. Come on.
From the football guys. All right, so Man U went. Oh, this goes back some time. That's Europa League. Okay, so one. I think it was 10 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe it was like around there.
Yeah, I can't find it.
But
though.
they're in good form, and
Yeah, they are in good form.
Arsenal's a good side, so
But that Arsenal City game,
I forgive your team for losing that game.
that last minute.
I don't forgive Madrid losing for Mallorca, but that's a different topic.
Everton is what, 18th now, with 20. No, Jesus.
Let's not
With 4 wins.
let's not forget that Everton was battling relegation last year, and then they lost.
True.
Richarlison came to Tottenham this summer too, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So they lost Richarlison.
Shout out to y'all.
and Calvert-Lewin has been injured most of the season too.
Mm-hmm.
So I
4
thought
wins,
I
though?
thought honestly
Jesus.
Everton with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, they were trying to build something there, but with them letting Richarlison go, and honestly Richarlison hasn't been getting that much playing time at Tottenham, so I don't really know what's gonna happen with him there.
Yeah, what's up with that? He's not
I'm
really.
still convinced
he's
that,
gonna take Kane's position.
Harry
they're
Kane's
just
going to
waiting
leave
for
in
him
the
to-
summer.
yeah.
And then
Where do you think he's gonna go? Loaded question.
United or
I
Chelsea.
think something makes me feel like United or Chelsea his only options. I mean, there's always Bayern.
Yeah, that's a Van Persie-esque move right there.
Bayern.
That
Bayern
move
likes-
over to United.
Bayern likes Kane, but
Bayern's just
We'll
been
see.
creeping
Is
around
Bayern
England for
willing
like
to
the
drop
last
the
3
money for
months,
Kane,
just like
though? That's
meeting
the
with people.
question.
I don't think they have a problem dropping money in their low farm league.
How much did Mane go there for?
It was
40 million.
good money.
That was a steal, honestly.
but I think he had
Liverpool
1
didn't
year
wanna pay
left
him.
at Liverpool, and they weren't going to re-sign him. So it was just kind of like
I think that's what Liverpool is missing the most right now is Mane.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think you would say that if Jota and Luis Diaz were healthy. I do fuck with
I think
Mane.
you'd still see.
I've been watching a lot of Liverpool. The
His
forward
absence.
line is not the biggest problem. It's,
It's the midfield.
yeah,
It's
something has to
Darwin.
be done
No,
about
but-
that. I mean, he's really
I'm
looking
playing.
like
It's just funny to fuck with him.
he looks
But-
like Uruguayan Andy Carroll at this point. So
Yo, exactly.
I really
Oh my
hope
God, that is the best.
something,
Bro, that was
he
amazing.
proves me wrong, and I don't know, but
Like nobody.
the thing
We're
too
not gonna
is,
skate
like,
past that. Hold on.
Everyone keeps we're moving past it. Everyone keeps
Andy
talking
Carroll
about
is
like
amazing.
Darwin. The thing about him is like he ends up in a lot of really good in a lot of
And
really good
not sweat
Yeah.
at.
situations. But the fact that he keeps missing them, like I don't know.
A lot.
I feel like a lot of people are trying to say like,
Yeah.
oh, he's in the right spots, so that's a good sign. But it's like,
His athletic ability gets him
He's-
to those right spots.
yeah, he's missed like a
And his
lot
speed,
of good chances,
but-
and even against Wolves, like there was 1 or 2 chances in there that like him putting away makes all the difference. Like you're at a big team. This is
Yeah.
Liverpool. Like someone putting those away changes the game.
I mean,
So-
there's a lot of people that when they transition to a new league, they're like
Of course,
that.
of
Like,
course.
Yeah,
look
there's
at
always, you know what I'm saying, you got to feel out those. Some people take a season.
Haaland.
Some people take half a season. He hit the ground running.
He
hit the
He's
ground
like, this is
running.
my league for the
He's
next 10
like,
years.
This is what
I'll
y'all
take
defend?
this.
Like? I bet.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I remember when they played against each other in the Community Shield, Haaland like missed 3 sitters and Darwin scored a goal. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone was kind of saying like, "Oh, Darwin's gonna."
yeah, they were
hit the
still
ground
comparing
running,
them.
showing what's gonna happen,
And then as soon as he just
That was at the beginning of the season, right?
that's it, because they were still comparing them on Twitter. They were still comparing them like in articles and
Yeah.
things like that. And then
That comparison's over.
yeah, no,
We
he
ain't compare.
just-
There's nothing to compare there.
nah.
he took off, bro. He took
That's-
off.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Liverpool fans, but you know, Firmino will be back soon enough, so hopefully
When's Arthur coming back? Actually, he should be back.
in a few weeks.
Few
I
weeks?
think it's supposed to be the end of February. Actually, I think end of February should be joining training, but I think there's a player in there. Obviously, I watch him at Barcelona enough, so I still believe in him, and I think he can make all the difference for Liverpool.
Arthur,
Yeah,
I think he's class. I think he's good.
but he hasn't played in a while, and the Premier League's a different pace, so you know, hopefully he's what Liverpool needs because they need something. They need something. You know, I don't think sticking in the 18-year-old is gonna get the job done.
The
Shout
18-year-olds need that experience, you know.
True.
But shout out to Klopp for trusting them, you know.
Yeah, so
Oh,
good to
and,
develop young talent like that.
I'm pretty big on that young fellow, Fabinho. His name.
Young
is?
fella.
What's his name?
Fabio Carvalho.
Fabio Carvalho.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's
I
not
think
bad.
He's had some.
He's not bad.
Some pretty good.
He's not like great. He's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got it's something there.
He's all right, but I don't think Liverpool needs like some right now midfielders.
No. Yeah, I'm not saying he's
I
like
can see why Enzo was
the right
kinda
now
like,
solution.
Yeah.
When during the cup, they're already linked with him, saying like, I don't know, but they need some right now midfielders. Because the team, like, I don't think the Liverpool team
do you
has
pick
to
up?
be completely decimated.
Who do you pick up if you're
there's
them?
still a lot of really good pieces.
Like,
in
how
that
many
team.
pieces away do you think
A
they
lot
are?
of life left. Allison is still fucking keeping them relevant because if it wasn't for him, they'd probably be in the relegation zone. But yeah,
Chelsea and Liverpool 9 and 10 is crazy.
ridiculous, bro. And I don't
All
know
that
if it's
money to tie
possible,
with Fulham.
but someone I see Barca picking up that Spanish kid to kind of replace Busquets after this year.
Ooh.
Zubamendi, or maybe just someone else, and Frankie might end up leaving because he's more of like an
To go
8
where?
10. So I mean, I see Premier League in his future.
Manchester.
If he already played for Ten Hag, if he can't
get me.
if he can't take those minutes off Gavi and Pedri, and they don't officially move him to like the 6 role, which I don't think they're really looking to do.
Take him off Pastor Fred.
Man, if United are able to get like Frankie
Movie.
and a real center forward,
Movie. Mind you, we're third place right now.
that's
But why would Frankie ever leave Barca?
If he
my
can't get those
question.
minutes off Gavi and
Gavi and Pedri.
Pedri.
Why can't he just take Busquets' position when he leaves?
No, that was my point. I'm saying I don't
See,
know
he's
if
like-
Xavi sees him in that like 6th position. I know he's kind of played there a few times, but Busquets is more consistent there. If Xavi doesn't see him in that position, he's not taking the minutes off Pedri or Gavi. So he's gonna be left with, am I like the 4th midfielder at Barca, or Should I just move on?
I mean, I don't really see like Barcelona really letting Frankie go like that unless they sign Rodri.
Smooth so you can turn the one.
I can definitely see Rodri ending up at Barcelona, and
I can see him fitting there. That's a good fit.
and then Frankie leaving
That's a really good
to
fit.
United.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Maybe Calvin.
Hey, you did hear it.
Maybe
first,
Calvin
actually.
Phillips will actually get some playing time at City. When that happens, actually they'll probably just find.
And it sucks for him because
else.
I
Somebody
keep
else.
thinking about like he should have been at Liverpool. He would have been such a good
Calvin
signing
Phillips?
for Liverpool. Yeah. Like imagine him in the Liverpool midfield right now. That's exactly what they need. Like a younger box to box midfielder. Like a young Henderson. That's kind of what they need back. But yeah, he decided to go to City and you see what that's got him. And City, I mean, obviously Holland, that was a great move, but I feel like some of their couple of their last transfers haven't really come off. Like Grealish,
Jackie Boy.
he's in the top 10 most expensive footballers ever.
That's
right?
actually crazy.
So with that being said, you would probably think he should probably be like a 10 assist, 10
Banging him
goals
in,
guy in the Premier League.
and he's not
Like, do you guys see that happening for him at City?
Jackie Boy.
This is what his
I
second
mean,
year
when
at
Holland
City.
is scoring
Yeah.
that many goals, how many goals do you really need to score for City? Just give him the rock.
I mean, a few assists would be nice, but
So,
De Bruyne- De
that's
Bruyne's
De
getting
Bruyne's.
all-
Yeah, I was about to say De Bruyne. That link up is like they're best friends.
so what was the point in Grealish?
Solid point.
I mean, Grealish came before Holland.
Jackie Boy. He did. Yeah, that's true. He was
So
there first.
How many goals did he score last year? What does he really add to the City team? That's what I'm saying.
A name.
I'm just trying to slander Grealish
His big
a little
calves.
bit. Yeah, there you go.
Calves? His big calves is what you just said?
Big calves, Gucci sponsorship. That's about it.
Nice hair.
This guy's a glorified model. Is that how y'all feel?
He's trying to do the Beckham.
You're not that guy, bro. I don't think you have the facilities for that.
So last year in 26 Premier League games, he scored 2 goals and 3 assists.
Nice.
And he's actually matched that this year in 15 games. So
Oh, he's on pace to beat his record. Okay. I stand corrected. I take some of that stuff back.
What's the beef with Jack? I don't rate him either. But what's your beef with Jack?
is that a player that's
I don't know.
worth 100 million?
Yeah.
Should be
Is
getting
that
more
it?
than 2
Is it the
goals,
price
3
tag?
assists.
You
Imagine.
know what it is?
2 goals, 3 assists for $100 million is actually outrageous.
That's some Sancho numbers right there.
That's crazy.
Not the Sancho numbers.
That's a little better than
Nah.
Sancho numbers.
I think, like, I just hold a grudge against him because Manchester City went on to buy Jack Grealish for $100 million. About a week later, we found out that Messi would not re-sign with Barcelona. So, basically, if Pep did not spend that money on Grealish, I am convinced that
Oh, you
Messi
think he
would
would've
have played for
gotten
Manchester
Messi?
City.
Dios
Ronaldo would have been at
mío.
United, and we would have gotten that
Oh,
rivalry
Jackie Boy
for
ruined
like
it.
3 or
Is that
4
what? Is
more
that the?
years.
Is that the
He
gripe?
did ruin it.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But like no one thought
Prem
that
definitely wanted that.
no one
to
thought
happen.
that
Bro,
Messi
that'd have been lovely.
was going to leave Barcelona. So
Yeah, I didn't see that happening.
the
but
City wasn't banking on that. No one thought that was possible.
They do
But once
bad
it
business.
happened, City was probably kicking themselves because
Bad business makes you lose the greatest player of this generation to some people, but probably the greatest. player of
Jack
this
is
generation.
not. You know, he's
Sergio Ramos said he's the best player of this generation.
Sergio, and he played.
And
with
he's
both.
played with both.
He's played with both.
And Ronaldo won him how many Champions
Hella
Leagues?
Champions League 5.
I mean, I can
6?
say Ronaldo won them because think about it. We also got Modric.
And there
Kroos,
was one where
but
Sergio
Ronaldo scored a
the
lot of
last
goals
one.
though. You know,
Yeah,
got him out of a lot of tough games. So,
yeah.
Ronaldo.
but he
was
still
good
said
years.
Messi's the GOAT.
It seems to be the consensus,
Yeah.
except for my boy Garnacho. He's like, nah, yeah, bugging. I'm wearing CR7 drops right now.
Yeah, I think Ronaldo, like, I don't know. It's like I
He's
think
older.
the recency bias is really killing him because
Exactly.
It's like I feel like where everyone's kind of forgetting who Ronaldo is and what he's done.
Know yourself,
like-
bro.
It's fucking Ronaldo.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people who played with him, it's like I don't.
They
think
love
he was
the
probably
slander 'cause
the best
he's a
locker room
dick.
guy. Yeah, they're kind of like, oh fuck you. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They're like,
but-
oh, we slandered Ronaldo today. Bet, have me on the show.
Objectively
'cause he's an
speaking,
asshole.
like, come on, man. Everyone's thinking about Ronaldo between the ages of like 35 and 38. Like,
that's not fair.
Like, yeah, that's. It's
But I
just
mean,
not
such is
fair.
life. What have you done for me lately? That's sports. You
Yeah,
can't even say
that
that's
is sports.
sports.
But like, don't get me wrong. This is coming from a guy who thinks Messi is clear in this generation as like the best footballer.
Before the World Cup.
Oh, even if Messi
Even
lost
before,
the World
yeah.
Cup and Cristiano Ronaldo won the World Cup, I'm the first to say I think Messi's the better footballer.
Pound for pound soccer player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even he's not even like the best footballer, but like I think he's like one of the best scorers, if not the best of all time. And then also,
I think he's one of the best.
and then
I
distributor.
think he's one of the best goal
like
scorers of all time.
distributor
Yeah.
also, and like just like assists in general. Like
Yeah,
he can
Messi
do it
can
all.
like
you know?
control a game with his play, where Ronaldo can control a game with his
his
goals.
goals. Yeah,
So
there's a huge difference.
it's a
there.
little different.
That's
It's
a
kind
good
of like
distinction.
comparing Haaland
That's a
to
good
Mbappe.
distinction.
I think Mbappe brings a lot more to the table in terms of like controlling the game
Haaland's
in many
just a
other
goal
ways.
machine.
And then
Yeah.
Haaland is just gonna score goals. You know,
They're very different players.
I'm not.
It's like, it
Don't
feels
by all
weird to
means,
try to,
Ronaldo's
like,
way better than
compare them.
Haaland, but
Yeah. And Ronaldo's game definitely changed after that like 2014 World Cup.
That
where
injury.
he, like, yeah.
That injury changed his career a lot.
Right.
People don't remember
So-
that, but he
And
started
even
moving
still,
differently
like,
after that.
I mean, still 266 assists, right?
Ronaldo,
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
bro, his numbers are outrageous. People forget that. Look at like the amount of goals he's got in a calendar year. Like he's
I mean, nobody beats that 92. Goal
92
calendar
goals in a
year.
calendar year is actually crazy.
What's Ronaldo's most?
Not sure.
I think he's above 50.
I mean, yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
100%.
but, yeah, Ronaldo's still at 266, chasing Di Maria.
Assists?
Yeah,
I mean, but that,
I
I
mean-
mean,
Messi has a little bit more than that, but
Is he the most of all time?
I'm pretty sure.
Messi assists?
Yeah,
He has the most of all time.
388.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
And he has the most
Yeah,
goals
man.
too, right?
I don't know about goals.
What?
Well, there's people that play in the past that have the most goals, but in this generation,
Yeah, you know Pele has 1,030.
Relax.
That was
No
goals.
Pele slander.
half of those were in training.
Yeah.
There will be no Pele slander on this podcast. That's not what we're doing here.
That was the
I refuse to let that go. He scored all 1,000 of those.
man.
I seen him. I was there. I saw all the videos.
Is there even tape that goes all
Yes,
the way
I
back?
have the tape, but I'm not showing
You
it
think
to
he
you.
probably like ran around and celebrated the training ground goals too?
Yo, you guys, these training ground goals, bro. They were all real
No,
goals.
funny
Even when
enough,
they're playing on the small goals, they
that's-
still counted them. when,
Yo,
they,
y'all are
when,
terrible.
when he had, they were doing passing drills, passing
Yeah,
into the small goals,
yeah, of
right?
course. Nah, but they said, I always like the story that they said Ian Wright used to celebrate all his goals in training like it was the game. Like he'd run to the corner flag and like power slide and like all this shit.
That must be like the most annoying thing
Yeah.
ever, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, that's mad funny.
But the funny part too is like when he explained it, he was like, "Yeah, well, our Arsenal back line was so good at the time, so when I scored, I like really felt good about myself."
That's corny.
So
I don't like that answer.
yeah, you would have just preferred if he's like, "I'm an asshole. I just
Nah,
just
see,
celebrate every
I
single goal."
prefer
They
she
all
just
count.
like, listen, man, life is short, baby. Listen, I can score 3 goals today and never score again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what team do you think won the transfer window out of this January
Won the
transfer?
transfer.
Like in
window.
terms of like, who do you think like got the most effective players that are gonna make the difference in the second half of the season?
Chelsea.
I mean,
And what
Where do you
players?
see
And
them
what players?
finishing?
And what players do you think Chelsea ball are gonna be making that
Mudryk.
impact? Yeah.
the Ukrainian
I got
ghost.
Mudryk at the top of the list. I'm throwing
Shout out to
in
him and his N-word
Enzo.
scandal.
Huh?
Shout out to his N-word scandal.
I mean, who doesn't have one of those?
I know I do.
Definitely Enzo.
Okay.
Enzo to the top of the list. I like Batashile, the
Don't
center
curse
back
The
they
center
got.
back? Yeah. He played well last game.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good sign.
Yeah, he's a good pickup. He actually did pretty
Well, having a Coolie Bobby, like, you just don't.
Is he injured?
No, he's not injured. He just, I don't know. He went from being like the best center back in the world to like.
I mean, Thiago Silva just refuses to age, so.
And he's not going nowhere, which I.
But he could still play
that's
at the
good for
left
them.
center back position, though.
Oh, yeah, he's Gucci.
Or
For
Sheila.
a replacement for
Because-
Thiago Silva soon. Like,
because I definitely see a lot more teams leaning towards that.
Not
having-
exactly.
I prefer it as a coach.
They're actually working on a new deal with
Not
Thiago
prefer it,
Silva.
but
At 38 years old, they're working on a new
at
deal with
38
Thiago
is
Silva.
crazy, dog.
I mean,
He's
been
still
at the-
effective.
he's still playing at a high level.
He's arguably like their most consistent player.
High level for the last 20 years, right? Around there.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere. And he
38.
still looks like he's like 20.
He looks the same as when I was growing up. That's still him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's really killing it.
And I don't know. I have to see more of him, but I think it's interesting that they got yet another winger from PSV, Madueke.
Madueke.
So
He came on at halftime for Mudryk. But Mudryk didn't really have that great of a game last
no,
game for
he's
Chelsea.
still adjusting.
So he's still adjusting.
Madrid.
But neither did Jorginho, so
Oh,
I don't know.
Jorginho.
That boy looked lost. He never
He
played
looked
soccer in his
lost.
life.
He looked little.
Yo,
They need to
that-
get him a medium jersey. What was up with that? He looked tiny in that midfield.
Yo, that PSG deal breaking down with Chelsea.
Oh, with your man Ziyech.
Yeah, Ziyech got that track.
That's crazy. I mean, still started.
They're
when he
blaming
came
Chelsea.
back.
I mean, yeah, but they're blaming Chelsea for it.
Yeah, then they
Chelsea did it on purpose.
You think so? I don't think they were like fiending to keep him.
They were trying to fuck with PSG for never selling them Neymar.
They were like, the numbers ain't adding up for these taxes. We
My
got to keep them.
favorite,
They
my
made sure to
favorite,
fax it in 16 seconds late.
The best like instance of that was the De Gea transfer. Where we like, yo, the printer, I don't know, dog, the fax machine, and then it was just like an hour too late, and he had to stay at United.
Oh, they were going to get rid of him?
You don't remember that?
Where was he
What,
about to
back
go?
De Gea
when,
was supposed
like-
to go to Real Madrid.
When he couldn't catch?
Oh, yeah.
No, before after after that, when he was actually De Gea, he was supposed to go to Madrid, and everything was good. And
Is that why we signed? That's why we signed Courtois.
Manchester United sent the papers like an hour late, and they're like, "Yo, like the fax machine, it's crazy."
Well, good thing we didn't end up with him because we got arguably the best goalie
Yeah.
I mean,
of
David
all,
is
of
still.
all time.
I think a happy David in Spain is still
not of all
effective.
time, but there's
He
obviously
wildin',
better
he
goals.
wildin'.
but-
You remember my boy Dita? Shout out.
I mean,
Yo,
Neuer.
he was boot
I would
cheeks.
say
Still, that's my boy.
of the 20th century, he's
Shout
one
out
of
to
the
my
best.
guy.
Yeah,
Neuer.
back.
You remember Van der Sar?
That's back when Italian soccer was relevant.
Remember Van der Sar?
Oh yeah, of
The
course.
one, not the two.
Wait, so you guys
Yeah.
really don't think that
Petey Schmeichs.
when it's all said and done, Courtois is not one of the top 10?
Bro, I'm a better goalie than him right
Top
now.
10 goalies.
Yeah.
All right, I don't really pay mine.
Oh yeah, I don't know about. I'm not like goalie guy, but
Yeah.
probably top 10. Courtois is nice. I'll give him top 10 maybe.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know
I
enough.
don't know. I don't
Do we have
really-
any goalie friends that give a fuck about goalie? I feel like goalies be giving about fuck like forward. They care about forwards and
Yeah.
shit. Do we have any goalie friends? Do we know goalies?
Nah.
Goalies are usually weird.
Andy,
You have to take into
but he
account.
don't give. Does Andy
I
give a
don't
fuck
know if
about
you know
goalies?
much about soccer.
I see Andy.
Yeah, you ask him for like UFC advice or something.
He's a
like
ref.
that.
I see Andy 2 weeks ago. I see Andy last week.
And he
Boxing.
probably asked you like, "Yo, what's that rule again? Yo, what is the offsides again?"
Nah, he's crazy.
Shout out AJ, you know that's my guy.
Shout out to the 6.
Yeah.
Shout out Marv Dolo too. Go cop. Go cop that. Shout out Ken Visuals on the visuals.
Speaking about goalies, how did Keylor Navas end up at Nottingham Forest?
That's a great. First of all, 29 signings.
29 signings.
What the hell is going on?
Since the summer, yeah.
I think that's good business.
Good business, but like it seems like they're
there's
worse
a
than
lot
Chelsea,
going
but
on.
they're just not spending as much money. They're just like basically signing anybody that they
I
can at
mean,
this point.
Keylor Navas, though, that's a big pickup.
That's
Yes.
a good idea. I mean, one of them's got to be good, right?
I mean, Keylor
kinda the
Navas
way
has
to
been
look at it.
proved that he's been good. You know what I mean?
And this is like the same Nottingham Forest that we're talking about that is currently in 13th place in the Premier League. Not bad. On
How much money
24
do they
points,
spend, though?
they're like 4 wins away from safety. It's not bad.
For
It's not
29
bad.
signings, that's not great.
And they spent How much?
I mean,
200
we're talking about the same Nottingham Forest that's in front of Leicester, Wolves, West Ham, Leeds, and Everton.
Would you say Leeds to me?
I said Leeds to you.
Why? Don't say that to me again.
USA national team 2.0.
That's basically the U.S. national. Don't talk to me.
They
about
really
it.
got 3 players, but okay.
And an American manager.
An American manager, yeah.
So, I mean, money well spent, I guess.
How much impact is Weston McKennie gonna make on Leeds, if any?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Like, how good is Weston McKennie?
I need to see him in the Prem. The first time I saw him was in the World Cup, to be honest. Yeah.
Every time I've seen Weston McKennie play,
swear by Dest.
I feel so underwhelmed.
Swear by his lot. Really?
I watch him and I'm just
I didn't like his first touch in the World Cup.
Maybe I have like bias against Americans.
Not every first touch, but I feel like if his first touch wasn't so big, because like he's a good player. Like the shit that he sees,
he must
like,
be, because he's like he was a starter for Juventus for like 2 years.
But he's a good player. But
fucking mind-boggling to me.
All I saw was World Cup. But from what I saw,
so is this a downgrade for him, or did he see like,
I don't think it's a
Juve lost. Juve's not even gonna make Champions League next year because they got deducted 15 points, and he was like, all right, I'd rather be like
this is
a bottom of the table team in the Prem.
And I mean, the Prem is like
than play for
competitive.
Juventus right
You know
this
what I'm
is
saying?
a ridiculous downgrade. He went from, mind you, okay, look, Juventus got docked whatever, how many points, 15 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, they were second in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Especially coming from where they started, like they were trending very upwards. Like that took them back, but going from arguably top 14 in Italy, maybe even higher that, to like one of the worst teams in the Premier League, that has to be a downgrade.
Come on, Tyler Adams, you can't do your boy like that. Convince him to go there. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, maybe they think they can
do something together.
Say,
right?
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Take it to
but
the top.
I really think that was a really big downgrade for him. And obviously he would have gotten an opportunity to play in the Prem late in his career if he performed at Juventus anyways.
Definitely.
And I think it just forced kind of a move to Leeds.
I mean, maybe he likes the familiarity. Like, I got a couple American teammates. What, 2?
Yeah. Maybe
American
it's nice
manager.
to speak English on your day-to-day.
That too.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to speak Italian all the time. English food, it's probably not for the food. I mean, when we went to England, I didn't love the food. Shout out to England.
If anybody knows good food in England, let me know. Send me some good restaurants.
Nando's. Gotta go to Nando's. Shout out to Atlanta. Yo, mad random shout outs that they're not paying for.
Nah. Not yet.
Not yet, right? But nah, the food in England is crazy.
We were probably just going to the wrong places. They have to have like, okay.
No, you're going to tell me that Waterbury didn't take you to a Chinese buffet in England? You didn't say, stop the bus! Stop the bus!
Yeah, you're a sicko.
Nah, you just told us to order that in.
Oh, man. You guys didn't have the beans on toast?
Nah, don't play like that. I had fish and chips, but it didn't taste like nothing. It didn't taste like anything.
This is a good English breakfast right here.
Mad beans.
This is what it's all about.
Beans and toast.
Beans on toast.
You know it's crazy. Much better than that.
It probably slaps.
I might be bugging. Yeah, I know. Y'all probably don't know what it is. If you're Jamaican, you know what it is. Saltfish with baked beans though, like together in the morning is alright. Like I've had that with dumpling and that shit is fire. But I feel like you got to know what I'm talking about.
But you know where you probably got that from.
That's really not a
Jamaican
breakfast food
restaurant
for me, but like more like a lunch.
That got it from England.
Who? Got what from England? Saltfish?
No, saltfish and beans.
No, maybe. I don't know. But saltfish is definitely not from England. Nah. It's from a whole different thing that we shouldn't get into on the podcast.
All right. Fair enough.
This is not that type of podcast.
Nah.
This ain't the Hotep Cast. I have that one on Tuesday. Now imagine on Tuesdays on Tubi, Hotep Cast with B. What are you talking about next? We are getting off topic. Barca just went 8 points clear, or y'all want to talk about Will Still? unlicensed coach, 13 games unbeaten. Will Still.
Goddamn.
Man,
his name doesn't even sound real. He just
You know
sounds
what
like
I'm
a
saying?
scammer.
He's not a real person.
Will Still? Like, come on.
Will Still, the unlicensed soccer coach, getting banned, like not banned, getting fined every game like MJ.
$25K, I believe, or something.
Right, they paying it.
Like the real example of like, man, that shit.
I could do that shit.
I could do that.
Anybody can be a coach.
What?
Yeah,
I could do that.
come on, soccer coach. Anybody can do that.
Let's see.
It's so funny because Mourinho had a quote once. He's like, "Oh, like I coach at the highest level in the world, and everyone thinks I could do my job. Like, you want to go to a NASA scientist and start telling him how you think he should like,
all right,
land a ship on the moon."
This tactician
Will Still said, "Oh yes, I would."
He's like, I mean,
"Oh yes, I would."
Have you tried just going? Like you know what I'm saying? Will Still was like, I think it's not that hard. I mean, you might be dragging it, but no, that's amazing. That's actually crazy. If you're the team, do you pay to get him licensed in the middle of the season? Like,
well, I
just
think he
save
has to
yourself
choose
some money
to get the license himself. You know.
No, I mean it's like I'm paying you a salary. I'm paying every week. Go get licensed real quick, please.
I mean, it's time consuming to get your license. Takes
I'm sure.
I think it takes a while.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's not a quick
I feel like
process,
if you're coaching a professional squad like
that's
that,
good.
you should probably
Experience. You feel what I'm saying? Can I get like college credit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
You
At
got
that
some
point,
type
I've
of
done it
credits.
at the highest. I've probably coached higher than any of the leaders.
And I think that he's like 13 games unbeaten or something like that.
I have a better record, and I've coached at a higher level than all the teachers
They're still like
in the
12th
university.
in the
or
10th
university, whatever
10th in the
program.
French league. But yeah,
13 games unbeaten is crazy.
what license does he even have, and what license do you need?
Probably like a driver's
You need
license.
He's 30 years old, so he just got his driver's
Yeah,
license.
he got his driver's license. You know what I'm saying? He probably got. That's probably about it. And just a passion for winning. You know what I'm saying? A good attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you?
First guy in, last guy out.
In any other sport, do you need like a coaching license? To
Yeah,
coach?
because I'm curious to know because like
I
there's
mean,
a lot
what
of
about
ex-pro-
NFL? Jeff
there's a-
Saturday, wasn't that like he doesn't have any experience or something? Wasn't there a coach like that in the
Yeah,
NFL?
I don't
I don't think he needed a license.
in the
They're just like,
NBA,
oh, yeah, no.
I would legally be allowed to coach. The
Yeah,
Knicks
absolutely. You
tomorrow.
could coach
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but
You know
like
what I mean?
the
You never
thing
seen
is-
that movie with Whoopi Goldberg where she was a coach?
Yeah, of course.
So you're saying that all the ex-pros that are now coaches, they've all have their licenses? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go
They go through that process while they're
A lot
like
of them do
But
it
player
while
coach.
They
they're
get to
still
skip a
Yeah.
lot of steps, though, right? Probably because
Well,
they've already
like remember
played
when
at the highest level, or they have to
know.
go
I don't
through
think
the
they
whole
get like
process.
skips, but like
probably wouldn't be
a lot of
allowed to
them get like go through the process while they're still playing. Then they retire, whatever, and then they use their stature or whatever to get a job, and then just
No,
make it
okay,
happen.
okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, but you still need a license.
Like Rooney.
Xavi too.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I wonder what if this would be a workaround, right? Because I know Rooney, when he went to Derby, he was a player manager.
Oh, that's true.
Like, would you imagine
He's considered a
signed
player,
himself as a player,
but
so he could be like a player manager,
but that
so they wouldn't have to get fined.
and avoid
Can I
being a
negotiate
doing
my
the coaching license?
salary with myself as a player?
That's what I'm saying. You get double the money.
That's interesting.
No, but the club would be like, all right, we're gonna put you on like the cheapest salary possible
And the manager's salary be like 10 bands a week to match your 90 bands a week player salary, or vice versa.
Yeah, that'd be.
Like just not an even 100.
Yeah, but he's
He killing it. Shout out to Will Still. Yeah, I hear my boy.
still. Is he French? That doesn't even.
That
sound
can't
like,
be a French guy.
Is he?
I don't
No,
know.
Don't even tell me. Don't tell me he's like from Peckham.
Yo, imagine he's a
Don't
man's
tell me.
from the end and that. Will Still football
Man, this guy
manager.
Pep is racking it in.
He's Belgian.
Ah,
Interesting. That might explain it. He's 30. 1992. Shout out to the 90s baby coaching. Belgian and British.
Will Still.
Pep gets paid
Man like Will,
million
yeah.
a year
Pep gets how much?
for coaching. 19 mil.
Makes
Oh
sense.
shit, 19 mil a year. I mean, he earns it, but damn.
Klopp 16.
Jurgen, yeah.
How much does Ten Hag make? That's what I want to know.
Can you look up that? Average term as coach, 0.3 years, according to his transfer market profile. Will Still.
Oh, so this is his first job?
Ten Hag, $9 million.
Nah, this is crazy.
$9 million. Wow.
Yeah.
How did he finesse his way?
Graham Potter, 10.
Imagine he like just lied to them about their coaching license too.
I mean, you remember that guy that said he was like someone's cousin, and that's how he got a bunch of
Yeah,
trial?
that's famous. Your man. He said he was George Way's cousin.
George Way's cousin.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then, so I love that story so much because it was
all like over the phone stuff.
Yeah, in the 1990s.
That can only happen then. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
He's got to be able to talk a good
rang
game.
He had like his friend ring up Southampton's manager and say like, "Oh,
yo, this is crazy.
This is George Way. I think I have a great player for you, my cousin. He'd really be good." So then like, the manager's like, "Oh, okay, great, bring him in, right?"
What kind of shit is that, yo?
This is Southampton in the first division. So he comes in, he trains with the first team, right? So I love the story. The first teamers were saying like they thought it was a joke. Like they thought he was like someone who won a competition to like train with the team. They didn't realize that he was like actually gonna be a part of the team because he wasn't good. So what had happened was weekend comes around, right? It wasn't a full week of training for him. Weekend comes around, they subbed him on. And I still want to see video of him on the field. I think they said he made it 15 minutes before the manager finally realized what the fuck was happening. And he was like, oh no. And they subbed him back off. And this is when you only had 3 subs too. Ali Dia. Yeah.
Ali Dia. Let me see if there's any video on my son on the internet.
But that is just crazy.
Yeah,
calling up the manager being like, hey, I'm the Ballon d'Or winner. I'm his cousin.
Oh, there's video of it.
Sunday League player who got to the Premier League.
The biggest fraud in Premier League history. Damn.
Listen, sometimes you just got to fake it till you make it, right?
He didn't make it, though. Well, he made it on the field. He played 15 minutes more than me.
There you go.
Damn, he was balling too. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
November 96.
Against Leeds.
Oh, he had a shot on goal.
He almost scored.
Yo,
imagine he scored.
Imagine he scored a brace in his debut.
If he scored, that would have been the greatest story in soccer history.
Why couldn't he have scored a brace? That would have been the greatest story of fraud ever.
That would have been like goal 4.
The next, the next day, he signs like a year contract.
Yo, goal 4 Ali Dia is crazy. My son, Fiebre Malini.
Scammer.
Yo, there's mad clips of him against Leeds, dog.
What's new, you know?
Sounds
Everybody goes off against Leeds.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear that we only shit on Leeds because we have a friend that's very obsessed with the team, and it's annoying. So, like, by proxy, we just shit on them by accident. We got nothing against Leeds. Shout out to you, Jamo. Matt Letizier recounts the Ali Dia saga. This was a big thing, yeah.
I mean, yeah, a guy lied his way into Premier League.
Yo, where's Hulk now? I just saw him.
Probably in China.
China, right? Is it China or Brazil? Wasn't he in Brazil?
He was in China for a little bit, I think.
Hulk, bro. That was the guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was next.
Who's bigger, him or Traore?
Traore.
I don't know. They're both big people.
I think Traore looks like that big dude that be dancing.
Imagine being that big where they got to put baby oil
You know
on
what I'm saying? Like, I gotta
before every game so they don't grab you.
Walk through here like this. Like, if I was
He said he don't
him,
even
bro.
lift weights. I don't believe that.
Bro, what kind of lying ass shit?
Cap.
That's
I don't lift
crazy.
weights.
No weights.
Boys,
You want to be Nick so bad? I don't lift
Natural.
weights.
boys maxing
What
out
about
at
homie
least-
on
at least 405 on the bench.
What's that other dude that's mad brolic for no reason? He's on. Is it Wolves?
I mean, Traore's on Wolves. I don't know.
It is Traore then.
This guy.
I'm weak. No, but there's someone else. I know who Traore is, but there's someone else. I can't remember who it is.
Oh, you're talking about the one, the only.
Yeah.
He never was in the Premier League.
He wasn't
bro.
in the Prem. Yo, son is
He was
huge,
never in the
dog.
Premier
What the
League,
hell?
bro.
That's a
They
bodybuilder
used to-
that was like, yo,
There
y'all
used
got
to
a
be
soccer
memes
team.
on that, dude.
Yeah, y'all got a space
What's his
on your
name?
team.
Akin Fenwa.
I can fend.
I did, boy, yeah.
I think he played one game against like City or something, right?
Yeah, it was
In,
like
Yeah,
a
there
cup
was just
game.
a picture of
Cup
him
game,
hugging
yeah.
De Bruyne.
That he's probably like 300
Bro,
pounds.
this guy is like a YouTuber. Like, this isn't a footballer.
What division in England is that? You think?
7. No, more than-
Yo, 7th division side and not playing against City.
Hey,
Probably like
man.
4th.
Shout out to
Maybe.
Jamie Vardy. Sunday League to the Prem title. Is that a wrestler with him?
Yeah. Let us find out he was in WWE before
Son,
he
you
made his
crazy.
soccer debut.
Jamie Vardy. Is that the best rags to riches football story ever?
Damn.
Jamie Vardy?
I think so.
I think so. That
That we
shit
know
is inspiring as fuck.
That we know.
No,
of, yeah.
You already know the second he retires, he's just gonna run camps where he convinces people to like.
It's like,
Oh,
yo, I made it.
you
Act
can
like,
still
come
make
on,
it.
bruv.
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
running a camp for
it's like,
25-year-olds
Brandon, You're
this
26.
weekend.
You could still make
Yeah.
it. Come on.
I'm not even gonna lie, like I wouldn't go to the camp.
And like out of the 1,000 people there, like
I'd go. Just
there's
to
at
see
least
what's
like
about.
50 that would. No, there's not 50. Probably like 20 that will try it, and odds are
No.
not even one will make it. One out of like 20 camps that he runs makes it.
I went to
Not
a
even.
John Barnes camp one time. John Barnes, a Liverpool player.
Yeah.
I went to a John Barnes camp in Brooklyn as a kid.
How was that? How was that
Shit was
experience?
like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of a camp.
We need to get like a former pro on so I can ask them about pro soccer combines in America. Are they just like outright a scam?
I think so.
Has
But-
any player
If you're
really
good
made
enough,
it?
I think
They help. Like people,
they'll
there's
help you.
nothing bad about exposure. But I think we can get a former pro on. That shouldn't be a problem.
But I want like
Like there's a billion.
obviously if you've been to one of those, a lot of players show up who have no business trying to make it as a professional footballer. But at the same time, it's like how many people have come up from those?
I feel like you'd hear about it though. Like this guy went to a combine, and, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I hear too many of those stories.
That's because I don't think there's a lot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, so maybe not that many players slip through the cracks. Maybe the American system is set up so well that
I think a lot of
all the
players
good
slip through
players
the
that know
cracks.
where they're supposed to go.
I've seen so many players that I'm like, oh, this person could flourish,
Nah.
and they're just like,
I mean,
nah.
as long as you have to pay like $3,000 to
Yeah,
play
it's
youth
very
soccer,
very expensive
it's,
here.
It's never gonna
Ibrahimovic talked about that. He's like, dog, it's the most expensive place to play soccer I've ever been. Like, signing my kids up was bread.
I mean, when you come from most European countries, you don't have to pay to play, you know. So
That's
here,
crazy.
it's like there's a different concept to
everything.
to
Everything
everything.
got to make money.
and even I don't know about now, but with MLS Next, but I know for academy, most clubs you didn't have to pay if you made the team, but that's like the highest level of youth soccer in America. But
Yeah, academy is
it
it
should
basically.
it should be something where it provides an opportunity for all players to play for free. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because every player develops at
Yeah.
a certain age,
Could you
especially when you're so
imagine-
young.
Could you imagine like Messi's parents being told like, "Oh no, your kid can't play. Like,
Yeah.
you're not paying the $3,000.
Yo, imagine.
Imagine all those Brazilian players that we know about that came up from the favelas that just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, like, nah, you can't bring your
Can't
kid
afford
around.
And
it.
you think that there's
Right.
not a lot of kids in America that were turned down because they couldn't afford to play? There's
Course.
probably a
I
ton.
personally think all the kids in America that could be good at soccer are playing basketball or football or whatever.
This is a different sport, you think?
Ocho Cinco just did an interview where he was like, I love soccer, but my grandma sat me down and was like, if you want to do anything, pick football. No, she's like, seriously, if you want to like go far and like make money doing something, we play football, baby. And she was like, all right, cool.
Oh yeah, honestly, at his age, at his time, he'd just be like, say he made it, he would just like make 60 racks a year in the MLS.
Yeah, as opposed to
So-
being
In
Chad
the
Johnson.
NFL, yeah.
Business decision.
Well, I mean, I
guess.
think NBA and baseball probably play the best, I'd say. out of any sports league.
Honestly, if my kids take a liking to baseball,
we
gonna go all in.
real well.
I feel like Iverson would have been a sick soccer player.
Allen Iverson?
Like his shiftiness and like just his quickness.
I think if he was brought up in soccer,
He
definitely
probably would have been
a little
like
shifty. You
like a nice forward. Like you think of him as like that small ass basketball player, but he's still like 5'11", 6 foot. You know what I mean? So
you know what? That's a good point.
still got like crazy athleticism.
Let's take all the point guards and shooting guards in the league and convert them to soccer players.
I mean, we already said Neymar is Kyrie.
Or LeBron on the field somehow, some way.
LeBron is Thiago Silva.
LeBron's
just
the crazy part is that
like
murder
longevity,
sacker.
like
You remember
the
that big
career.
motherfucker on Arsenal is still
Yeah.
like 2 inches shorter than LeBron. So LeBron would look doofy as hell on the soccer
He
field.
looked like Peter.
How old
Crouch.
was how tall was Peter
That
Crouch?
was that's.
I think he was like 6'5", 6'6".
I thought Peter Crouch was 6'8" as well.
6'8".
Yeah.
But
I thought
Peter
he was
Crouch is
6'5",
so skinny.
6'6".
Looking at
Peter
watching
looked
him
at
play
Steak.
basketball would
Oh,
be probably the
6'7".
funniest thing.
Yeah.
How tall is Paul Pogba? 6'6".
Nah, he's like 6'3".
Who's the shortest soccer player?
Damn,
Probably
Peter
Messi.
Crouch, yeah. That's crazy.
Shortest
Shout out to
soccer
him
player
for being
is
able to
like-
move the way he moved.
Yeah, big feet. I mean,
Yeah, nah, he
good
was
feet
still
for a big
goofy.
For
man.
being that big, you
Paul
know?
Pogba's 6'3".
Props.
Yeah.
Pogba's 6'3". Ronaldo's 6'1".
What do you think the average height for a soccer player is?
I think 5'10".
It's pretty tall, I'd say.
Really?
Not like crazy tall, but like
There's
5'10",
a lot of
yeah.
short soccer players, though. I would say
Yeah.
like 5'10".
5'10" is that probably the average.
Which is like the world average.
That's
no?
what I was gonna say. The
world
average height for a
like
soccer
5'8",
player
no?
is
5'9".
probably like the average height of the. Just,
Yeah, because
a
it's such
person
a
on the
global
planet.
sport, to be
You know
honest.
what I
Of a
mean?
male. And yeah.
typically, like, you have a few tall center backs.
And then
The average height of a soccer
short.
player is 5'9".
That's probably the average height of them.
Yeah,
You know
probably.
what I
average
mean?
height,
That's
yeah.
that's why everyone
It
has a
makes
great
sense, makes
appreciation
sense,
for
yeah.
soccer. Like, there's no ideal body type.
The average height of
You
a
know.
man
Well, in
is
the NBA,
5
you gotta
feet,
be like at least 6'1".
9.3 inches. So, right on board with average. Damn, we're all taller than average. That's lit.
Not all of us.
Damn. 2/3 of us are taller than average. That's lit. Well, 3/4 of us. Shout out to Ken Visuals on the visuals. Yo, wedding receptions, photos, all that. Ken Visuals.
He does it all.
He does everything.
Hit him up on IG.
This
Ken
guy's amazing.
Visuals.
I don't know how we got him for the pod,
At
but
Ken
we got him.
Visuals.
You see how clean the video looks. This guy is amazing. Oh, we're starting to get off topic, boys.
Yeah,
Are we?
Yeah, I think we
Sounds
we
like
gotta,
we're
let's go.
we're
we
coming
gotta
to an
wrap
end.
it.
Sounds like we
We
gotta
gotta
wrap
wrap
this
it.
pod up. You want to go ahead and wrap this thing up? It's been a good. It's been
Yo,
a good
wrap that
little-
shit up, B.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's what I was telling you. All right, man. It's been another episode of the Over the Top podcast. I said another episode like we've been doing this for a while, right? It's been 2 episodes, but we're here. We're coming back next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that too.
That's right.
We're not gonna stop, baby.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy. Yo, Diddy, I'll do this on Vivo. Let me know. Not Vivo. What is it? Revolt. Damn.
There you
Cut
got
that
it.
because you got to get it right if you're going to ask for the bag. So, foolishness aside, if you watch this, if you're seeing this right now, I genuinely appreciate that. This is about, an hour or so plus into this podcast. If you're seeing this, I genuinely appreciate you still being here. Thank you. You could have been somewhere else taking your time, you know what I'm saying, watch something else, but you're watching this. I appreciate that.
And don't forget to like, comment.
Oh, yes,
subscribe.
please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm not going to say that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. That sounds corny, but if you like soccer, if you have teammates, if you're listening to this and you have a teammate that you think will like it or something, share it with your friends. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. This is Brandon.
Juan.
And this is Nick.
Just with the sexy voice. And this is the Over the Top podcast, man. We out.
I did it the first time, then he does that.
Kenny wants you to know there's also a Patreon coming soon.
Coming soon.
Cash
soon
App as Kenny V. Kenny V.
All right, we're
Visuals.
out. End the pod, yo. Dip from my life, fam.